It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And we've got Pat Surtain. He's been one of the NFL's best ball hawks this season with 9 interceptions. It's the Broncos and the Bears, and it comes your way next.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. It's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 or 5 before that. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. He's still on his feet. Touchdown, Chicago! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on 1 play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
And a good job of just fighting through 1 tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. Off play action. Crawford. Open man. He completes it to Judy. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. You look at this Bears defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
That's good. For our Denver Broncos. First and 10.
Off the play fake. Crawford. And that'll be incomplete. The Broncos at 10-1 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they've tasted defeat, and they are without question the hottest team in football.
And I'm really not sure who's going to beat them right now because, to me, they have to be the favorites to go all the way because they're not just beating teams, they're dominating them. It's been fun to watch them play, not just in their winning, but how they're getting it done.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. The numbers for Williams a week ago, 16 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try to find some people up and down the field.
Well, they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Operating from the gun, Crawford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
This is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Romeo Doubs, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are able to match the opening drive touchdown against him. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You look at this Bronco defense. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
I was so proud of you in our meeting with the defensive coordinator because you asked the question that set him off. And all you said was, so what improvement?
Well, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Broncos. It's a touchdown. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the 1st quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick-6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick-6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Throwing on third down, Fields. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver Broncos back out there. Former Tar Heel Javonte Williams, we shine the spotlight on him. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
Victory lap. Now, they also used to walk uphill to school both ways.
In the snow.
In the snow.
Blizzards.
Milk was 5 cents. Hey, but he's having a great year, not to take anything away from him. They'll run on first down. Dukes. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 42-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Crawford. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Second catch for him today, and it'll run. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he's able to break out a one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
And how about that on 3rd down? So many different directions an offense can go. Throw it out wide to the receivers, get it to their speedy running back. They changed up everything and handed it to the fullback.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Javonte Williams. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Baron Browning in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good return there, 17 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Javonte Williams and the rest of the Bronco offense back out onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. That's a step in the right direction defensively here, because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Well, that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw here. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. This offense so far on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Baron Browning, that is one he will remember. It's sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So the Broncos coming out now. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Crawford. Screen play set up for Williams. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This now a 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Crawford escaping the pressure right. Here's a diving catch right side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Back to throw. Crawford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. 49 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Throwing on first down. Crawford. That's going to be caught by Judy. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. On 2nd down now. Dukes. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Crawford. That's complete right around the 8. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Williams will take it in. Touchdown, Denver.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll begin at Arrowhead as Baltimore is in town to take on Kansas City. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. Zay Flowers, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head east all the way to the Steel City to check on the Steelers at home in Pittsburgh. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Justin Herbert leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And things didn't go so well as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Josh Jacobs, a touchdown run in the victory. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters. These 2 teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. They start the second half here with Williams. Able to push his way through. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Williams going to get it again on second down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, Dukes. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 68 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least 1 more series of downs in order to get some rest.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back to throw. Crawford. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them. And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now a second and 10. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And coming out now, the Broncos.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth. And now comes the field goal unit on. And boy, this is asking an awful lot here. Maybe that's an understatement. And this from the parking lot, from an even 70 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the third quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now, the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one. Back. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. This is Thomas. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Back to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Taken in at the 22. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit.
Welcome back now to Denver. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. On second down, Williams.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And this offense on third down today, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. They'll try and throw for it. It's caught at the 1. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way, so it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming in. I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, Dukes. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Bears take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They'll look to throw here on first down.
That's complete right side to Kmet.
He'll head out of bounds inside. Down at the 9. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game.
This crap. They can. Here's 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw again. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything. It's not over yet. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a one-score game with a 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Broncos are going to get the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams.
And he's going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper.
It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Williams. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
126 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season,
defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.